We're going to get started with this guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and just prop this guy up over here like this. We're going to start with personal development. So we're going to go back to the original deck that I had intended for this to be used for personal development. Here we go. And we got Angel Tarot. Personal development. First question. How is the past impacting my current situation? We've got 8 of Cups, departure. Let me just make sure we can see this first. Yes, we're seeing this quite nicely. I'm very happy with that. All right. 8 of Cups, departure. Let's go ahead, and since this is a different deck than the Rider-Waite, I'm going to go ahead and check its book and see what it has to say about 8 of Cups. Right. All right, let's see what we got going on here. 8 of Cups, here we go. Departure, change, journeys, and movement. So it's basically about the same, except like I think in the Rider-Waite, it's about walking away from fruitless journeys as well. So let's see what the angel message has to say about this. A relationship or another situation cannot continue as it is. And this 8 sees you making a change. Often this means leaving the past behind as you accept that your time and a place of relationship is over. You have stepped away from a situation for a good reason. There is comfort here too. Since there's no drama, you step quietly away and follow the path you have chosen. An additional, more general meaning of the card is travel and other trips away from home. And this was in terms of the question, how is the past impacting my current situation? Pile 1. Already off to a pretty interesting start. Okay. Seems like the past, you were dealing with a lot of things that were not serving you. You were dealing with relationships that were draining you, demanding too much of your own personal time. You were dealing with probably work situations, I would assume, as well, for those who work. For those who don't, I would probably say that there was just something in your own personal time that was eating away at your energy, and you realized very quickly or over time that this did not serve you, and you cut it out. Whatever happened, you said bless and move on. And that's really good. That was really good. It was really good. All right. Let's go to that second question. What past lessons am I working on through currently? We've got 7 of Cups reversed. Choices. Let's go look at that. We've got choices. Keywords. Choices, imagination, dreams, and delusion. Angel messages. 7 of Cups shows your head is in the clouds. The world seems full of fantastic potential, but you can't see which path to follow because you don't yet have the information you need to make a choice. Equally, as anything seems possible, you may be guilty of wishful thinking, unable or unwilling to see the facts behind the facade. Get in touch with your inner creativity and ask your angels for help. For artistic types, the card can indicate creative ideas yet to be realized. I know in the Rider-Waite, when it's reversed, it's about overcoming illusion. And that's something that I think is very important to understand. And what are you working through currently? It seems like when it comes in terms to the first card and the second card playing together, it seems like there was something that was draining you, but you didn't want to see it. But as soon as you saw it, you were like, okay, I can't keep living like this anymore. Because obviously, whatever the situation was, it didn't care for your well-being, and it was draining you because it was benefiting from it in some way. Now you see this and you understand that the facade was broken, and you understand the truth now. And you said, I am walking away in peace. I am leaving this behind. This is no longer the kind of energy I wish to entertain anymore. All right, let's get to that third card. What do I need to pause and reflect on? 9 of Wands reversed. And let's see what it says up front. Determination. Determination, okay. It's a word I need to look up, but 9 of Wands. Let's go. Keywords. Determination, frustration, strength, and rigidity. The 9 is a card of hard work and determination. You're in a strong position, but may be feeling the need to defend yourself, proving that you've every right to your status. It can also show tiredness, and you may have battled to get where you are. However, try not to be inflexible in your thinking. Holding on too tightly may leave you feeling frustrated and underappreciated. Be proud of what you've achieved and look forward. Where do you want to go next? I know in the terms of the suits of wands with the Rider-Waite, I don't really know with this one, but I would assume it's the same since it's basically the same thematics as terms of wands is about agency and it's about talent. And it's also about the burdens that those things bring in and of themselves. I know the Nine of Wands in the Rider Waite is about defending yourself in good health. And when it's reversed, it can mean the opposite. Most cards don't really have that going on, but it seems like there's a lot of cards that also do. And so with Nine of Wands, it seems like that there may be some things that you're working through right now. Let's see what you need to pause and reflect on. How could this apply? And then how does it play with the other cards? All right, let's think about this for a minute and feel the energies. For me, it's giving tired energy. It's like you did all of this. There may have been some drama involved. You had to prove your point. You had to say your piece and you had to move on. And you did, but you are tired. And you are probably in an area of your life where you're just like, it's time for me to step away and refill my cup. It's time for me to just defend myself, defend my platform on this, take my stance, hold my ground, move on. People will say what they're going to say, let them, basically. But I'm going to do what I do. All right, let's go with what patterns of belief do I need to let go of? And the Star. Ooh, that's interesting. What could we be letting go of here? Let's take a look in this book and see what this has to say. All right. Angel of Hope kneels by a pool of water holding two water-filled vessels. The water pouring from the vessel on her shoulder behind her represents the past. Ooh, okay. The water pouring before her into the center of the pool represents the present. The angel knows that the water will bring reward of growth. The twilight signifies intuition and the star guidance and wishes. The card is numbered XVII, which reduces to 8. 1 plus 7 equals 8. 17, got it. Yeah, this is numerology. Okay. The number of change and renewal. Keywords: opportunities, optimism, renewal, spiritual guidance, creativity, beauty, wishes, and healing. Meaning, the Angel of Hope brings you hope and healing in a way to realize your dreams. Follow your intuition and you will discover the right path. Opportunities are coming your way. Choose those that will help you express yourself as you are now rather than as you once were. Okay, I get it now. This card comes up in the readings to show recovery from stress and new ideas emerging. What did I say? We got it. It is also a spiritual card showing healing work and the need to share your work and the gifts with those in need. Angel message: let your intuition guide you toward a path of healing and creativity. Power affirmation: I am inspired and fulfilled. So let's see, how would this apply? What patterns of belief do I need to let go of? This is starting to make a little more sense as we go on in the terms of personal development. It seems like in your terms of personal development, you are letting a lot of personal relationships get the better of you, things that didn't serve you, things that didn't work for you, things that were draining you for the benefit of others because you were like, it's for the relationship, it's for the friendship, it's for this, it's for that. And you were just giving, you were giving and giving and giving, it looks like. And then eventually you hit it. You were empty. You had nothing left. And people were like, hello, where's my thing? Where's my stuff? Where's my you? And you were like, I got none left. Not even for me, bro. And they were like, meh, or whatever. They were just really upset. And you were like, you know what? This isn't me. This isn't us. This isn't a vibe. You said not a vibe. Peace and move on. They probably had some stuff to say about it. You said whatever. You left. You proved your point. You stood your ground, and you took yourself and you made yourself a priority for once in your life. And this seems like this is very much what is happening here. And I can understand. I've definitely felt this energy before, and that is okay. We all have that point in our life where we come to the realization some of these things are not working for us, and we must say peace and move on. People will say what they want to say. We still got to take care of ourselves at the end of the day. They don't have to live in our shoes, so they shouldn't be making the judgments. They're not paying our bills. They're not doing this or that or the other. So why should they have to have the ultimate say in how we live our lives? We say peace and move on, and they get to be bad about it. They seethe and cope. They'll just be seething and coping, and we'll be living our best lives, filling up our cup. We got this. All right. And so let's see. What patterns of belief do you need to let go of? I would say you do not need to make yourself small for others. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer yourself. You have a lot to offer for those who appreciate it. And you don't need to be making yourself small for those who don't. You get to be yourself. You should be yourself. And you should be happy in that. And people who are telling you to be upset or not be yourself, that's not right. And it seems like that maybe they're dealing with some stuff that people have told them before and they're trying to push it on you now. And that's not fair. They know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. They shouldn't be doing that. All right. How to step forward for the betterment of myself. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Action, huh? How can we figure this out? 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Let's go here and check it out. All right. Keywords. Action, reputation, teamwork, and learning. When the 3 arrives, when this 3 arrives, your work is acknowledged. While it doesn't show completion, it does indicate that you've reached a first goal, the first stage of a project. This may be a successful job interview, demonstration, talk, speech, or workshop that is witnessed by 1 or more people who will applaud you, which spurs you on. In a reading, the card can also come up to show wedding and acceptance speeches, performing on stage, and presenting your home to potential buyers. All right, so it's in reverse. Action. I would say the opposite of action is rest. Let's go ahead and check that question out again. How to step forward for the betterment of myself. I feel like with this card, it is telling you where you're at right now, and it wants you to try to find a way to make it upright. That's what I'm seeing right here, is that like right now you're in this energy, and it's like you're unsure of yourself. It feels I'm unsure. And I would imagine that like with everything you've gone through, that this would be a reasonable reaction. Like you were dealing with a lot of people that were draining you. You said, I've had enough. There was probably some kind of either verbal altercation or something about it. It's just, there are things you need to learn about. You don't need to make yourself small for others. And in fact, making yourself small for others only encourages these kinds of relationships that drain you. And you should be able to be fulfilled, and you should be able to be your full self in your relationships. And so probably because of all of this that happened, you're very unsure about, how am I going to share my gifts with the world? How am I going to share my gifts with myself? How am I going to fill my own cup? And I think what it's really wanting you to do is take some action, even if you're scared, even if you got stage fright, even if this, that, or the other, even if you're not really sure of yourself, you should still try. It's like, even if you go to a job interview and you get the job and you work one day and you're like, this job doesn't work for me, you are allowed to quit. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to get things and try them, because getting things and trying them is doing something for yourself. So you may work one day, you may not even work a whole day. You may just be like, this isn't right for me. And that is okay to say. The important thing is that you tried and you did something about it. And so this is for personal development. I'm going to go ahead and take these cards and I'm going to put them over here. We're going to start into the second part, which is personal relationships in the romantic sense. And for this, we've got Crystal Power Tarot. All righty. All right. And so let us begin. So the first question for romantic relationships: what parts of the past am I currently bringing into my romantic relationships? 5 of Swords, and also has Sugilite right here. That's so interesting. I take the time I need to rediscover my vitality. Let's go ahead and read on this one too. I'm very interested in what it has to say. Alrighty. 4 of Swords. My bad. I said 5, but it's 4. I should have just counted the swords. Alrighty. So Let's see. We've got Pentacles, Cups, Wands, Swords. Crystal is Sugilite. Okay. Meaning time out, withdraw, retreat. In readings, the card can show time away from your usual responsibilities, such as taking time off work or another part of your life that goes on temporary hold. In relationships, the card can often signify a withdrawal. This may be for practical reasons because you live far away from each other or because you take a relationship break. The card is neither positive nor negative, it is neutral. Literally nothing is going on. Power message, I take the time I need to rediscover my vitality. So it reminds me of, I don't know if you guys already know by Homestuck Tech, I'm a nerd and I love animation, I love webcomics, and I really want to talk about Avatar The Last Airbender. And I really like this one episode, I think it's in book 2, whenever Avatar Aang and his friends Sokka and Katara, they go back to Omashu. I mean, this could be a spoiler alert, but it's been like over a decade. So I'm going to give you guys a second to just, pause, maybe go watch it if you need to. All right, spoiler alert time. When they go back to Omashu, it's basically taken over by the Fire Nation, and King Bumi is a very powerful earthbender, so Aang is very confused as to why he just let him take over the city. King Bumi says, "This isn't my time right now. This is not the time to be fighting. It is not the time to be retreating for me either. Right now, I am doing nothing because there's positive Jing and there's negative Jing, which is like attacking and running away or attacking and evading. And then he talks about neutral Jing. I'm just going to do nothing. There's nothing right now that needs to be done. I don't need to attack. I don't need to evade. I just need to stay here and be vibing." And so, I feel like this is very much neutral energy, neutral Jing. So Four of Swords is like, I'm not trying to get in a relationship, but I'm also not trying to run away from any relationships. I'm just vibing. I'm sitting here in my lane, living my best life. That's what I'm feeling. For those who are like in a relationship, committed and married, maybe you're just resting. You're resting. You're not really trying to do anything with your partner right now, but you're resting. And for those who have partners and that's really good. We can just rest and chill in the vibe together. Like, that is very lovely. I love when that happens. All right, let's go to the second one. What unhealthy relationships am I unlearning? Two of Cups. I am worthy of the deepest kind of love. Woo! Somebody made you feel less than. No, pile 1. We don't accept that kind of energy. So crystal is aquamarine, meaning is love and partnership. This lovely 2 reminds you of the value of the soulmates in your life and can signify finding a new partner or friend with whom you have an instant bond. This may be romantic or platonic, but you feel naturally and intimately connected as if you've known one another for a lifetime or more. Spiritually, the card can denote a karmic bond. In work, the card shows positive, supportive friends and colleagues who act in partnership with you to achieve a shared goal. I am worthy of the deepest kind of love. So what you are unlearning is something in a past relationship. Maybe someone made you feel less than, like you weren't good enough. Definitely been there before. And I remember it was probably the relationship I had before I met my husband. Like, and this 2 of Cups and what I read here was definitely like, you are unlearning that in this relationship, it feels like that this person made you, it was very 2 of Cups reversed is what I felt, and that you are unlearning it to make it upright. And I think you're doing a really good job because it showed up upright, is that I have already unlearned this. I have already found my self-worth. And that's probably because you've been resting and you've been refilling your cup, like in this area too. I think something that you might need to unlearn is that there is love at first sight. I believe in love at first sight. I believe that you can look at someone and intuitively know this person is the person I'm going to be with the rest of my life. This person is going to be someone I'm romantically involved with, kind of deal. I really do believe that. I've believed it my whole life. But I think another thing that is very important to understand is that love at first sight can happen, but building that love and realizing that love takes time. And I think, there's a lot of people out there that are like, all or nothing. It either doesn't exist or it's every relationship that I've ever had. And I think there are definitely aspects of that that can be accepted as truth, but there are also aspects of that that are like, that doesn't seem right, that doesn't vibe, that doesn't bode well. So from what I'm seeing, you're doing a really good job. It seems like you are going through a lot in your past relationship. And we'll get into that as well, as like we're about to get into some other stuff. So I think the next two questions are definitely going to shed some more light. So let's go ahead and move to that third question. How is my past inhibiting current and future relationships? Two of Wands reversed. Let's read it upright really quick. I focus on what I want and make it happen. Two of Wands reversed. And again, Wands are about agency. Swords are about conflict. Cups are about emotions and love and relationships. I believe Pentacles are about financial security and abundance. All right. So Two of Wands reversed. Wow. You really lost your agency in that last relationship. I can feel it. Let's go to Wands really quick. We got Two of Wands. So let's go here and read it for what it says upright. And we'll figure out what it means reversed. The crystal is garnet. Nice, nice. All right. Did we go over the aquamarine one? I believe we did. Okay. So, making plans, looking ahead. This too sees you focusing on your next steps. You may be in the process of making a decision. The card often appears in a reading to signify the planning stages of a project and can relate specifically to travel. You may be in discussions with others to schedule a trip or otherwise find a way to expand your horizons. In relationships, creative and romantic partnerships are favored. You connect with someone who sees the world as you do. Focus on what I want and make it happen. All right. The fact that it is reversed, I think these things are still going to happen for you, but you have some healing to do, it seems. And because of that, it is going to be delayed. You are working on opening yourself up to love again, but not until you rest, it seems. You definitely need to rest. You've rested, you've gotten your self-esteem back, and soon you're going to be working on your agency. But right now, it's resting. Once you are finished resting and refilling your cup, you're going to be able to take this agency back. I see it. And focus on what I want and make it happen. So I guess advice for this here is to think about you. Think about what it is that you really want from your life. I remember one time I was having a discussion with my mom, and my dad was there too. And there was a lot of things being said. And this came out of my mom, this phrase that I never really heard her say before, and it just hit me like a train. I was like, well, Mom, you never said anything like this before. And she was like, you need to decide what it is you want, and you need to go for it. You need to decide what it is you want, and you need to go for it. And I'm telling you today, my mom told me that, and if she didn't tell me that, I probably would have spent the rest of my life trying to please other people when it didn't serve me. It is time for you to focus on what you want so that you can go after it, and the right people will show up in your life. All right, let's get into that second to last question. What went wrong in my past romantic relationships? The High Priestess in reverse. Let's read it upright really quick. My intuition guides me to truth. I think I know what was going on here. This was all about a romantic relationship, wasn't it? This was about a romantic relationship that was draining you. And you wanted it to work so bad that you were turning a blind eye. You were turning a blind eye to all of the things that were going wrong because you were so in love with being in love, it seems. But the thing is, like, there's this quote from BoJack Horseman, and I've never watched it, but I've seen like clips. And there was like this one clip where that the owl lady was talking to the horseman, and she was saying, when you wear rose colored glasses, the red flags just look like flags. And I was like, that hit so hard for me. Just when you wear rose colored glasses, the red flags just be looking like flags. For real, for real. And I think that was something you were doing. It looks like you had some intuition going on. You were like hearing like small things building up over time. Hey, this isn't right. Hey, this isn't okay. Hey, you shouldn't be allowing this to happen in your romantic relationships. Hey, this person is acting like they don't love you. Hey, they're not trying to fix that when you bring it up to them. But you're like, no, I want this. I want this relationship so bad. I need this relationship because this is the relationship for me. This is what I've chosen for myself. This is what I want to be. This is who I want to be with. But at the same time, you are sacrificing yourself. This wasn't what you wanted. This wasn't fulfilling you. This wasn't giving you a break, and you had to walk away from it. And there was a lot of discourse, it seems, that happened afterwards in this area. So let's go ahead, and it looks like lapis lazuli is the crystal here. So let's go ahead and read about the high priestess, number 2 in the tarot, which is the third tarot card. All right. The high priestess stands between two pillars which separate the physical world and the spiritual realm. Wearing blue and white robes, she holds a sacred book emblazoned with the key symbolizing teaching, wisdom, and truth. She stands upon a pathway of lapis lazuli and has a lapis stone at her third eye chakra. Lapis signifies truth, higher purpose, and spiritual knowing. Her moon crown denotes intuition and psychic connection. The meaning: the high priestess asks you to follow your inner knowing, so this is a time to listen to your intuition and trust yourself. You may be drawn to spiritual development or psychic work just now. The card can also show finding a teacher or mentor and seeking deeper personal knowledge. Another aspect of the card is the need for discretion, privacy, and even secrecy. You may have a secret to protect. Crystal. Ooh, this one goes into the description of the crystal. That's very exciting. I like that. Lapis lazuli brings insight, wisdom, protection, and is linked with the third eye and throat chakras for communication and intuition. This stone of awareness can expand your vision and intuitive abilities so you see the deeper truth in any given situation. Focus on the lapis lazuli crystal within the card and feel the power of your inner knowing. Power message: my intuition guides me to the truth. I really like that it's with the third eye and the throat chakras. The third eye definitely talks about intuition. Its affirmation is I know. And with the throat chakra, it's all about truth. It's all about I speak. I manifest through words, through verbal communication. So that is what you got there. With that, let's go into that last question. How to open myself to love in the present moment? The Empress in reverse. Okay, so this is kind of like one of those things, I feel like, that you're trying to get these reversed cards back up, and it's going to take some time. So let's go ahead and read into this. And this is a rhodonite. Let's go here. Dun, dun, dun. All right, the third card and the fourth card, technically. All right. Give me one moment. All right. The pregnant empress is the tarot mother, signifying fertility and abundance. She brings new life, symbolized by the seedling growing from her palm and life-giving water that flows around her. The sun ripens the corn, ready for harvest or birth. She holds at her heart a rhodonite sphere, pink and black, the colors of love and protection, an expression of her feelings for her unborn child. Meaning, the Empress reveals that you are entering a productive, abundant life phase. Finances improve, your domestic life is harmonious, and you feel closely connected to those you care for: partners, children, family, and friends. The card asks you to be inspired by what or whom you love most. Crystal. Rhodonite brings emotional healing. It works upon the heart chakra to help soothe, upset, release fear, and stimulate feelings of compassion for yourself and others. Rhodonite heightens all your positive emotions, so whatever is good in your life becomes greater. Focus on rhodonite within the card and whenever you need to feel the power of abundance. Power message. I create what I choose naturally and with joy. All right. Let's go ahead and delve into this. All right. So we are talking about how to open yourself up to love in the present moment. Again, I'm still feeling like all of these cards are giving you advice in reverse on how to turn them up right. And I feel like that you've done nothing wrong. In fact, you're doing a lot of things right. So you got your Four of Swords, you're resting. You figured out your self-esteem. You're going to figure out your agency, and you're going to tap back in with your tuition, and it's going to bring you abundance. It's just the fact that this relationship had really messed with you. And so you have to take a step back and you have to like look back at all of these things and be like, what happened here? What went wrong? And like, how do I get my agency back? How do I reconnect with my intuition? And once you get those, this will be much easier to tackle. And I feel like opening yourself to love at the present moment, it should be self-love. Because like for me, I feel like this upright would have been like, share it with the world. But right now it's in reverse. So it's like, keep it for yourself right now. Right now, this is for you. Love is for you. You need to show yourself that love. Your cup is empty right now. You need to fill it back up. This is what I see. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty intense. A pretty intense relationship you had there. I really hope things get better for you. I think they will because you're already working on it, looks like. Let's get to personal relationships with family. All right, we got Cat Tarot. We make sure we're doing well here. Cool, we are doing well. We're 34 minutes in. Let's go, let's go. All right, so we've got personal relationships with family. What patterns are surfacing themselves with family? What keeps repeating, basically? We got Two of Cups. We got Two of Cups. Right now, things seem pretty good there. So far, so good. Let me go ahead and read what Two of Cups says. And it's upright, too, so it seems like things are starting to do well with family. I don't know if they were bad before or if they've always been good. And if it's always been good, bro, that is such a blessing. Congratulations. I'm so happy if it's been good. And if it's been bad and it's getting good, that is still a blessing. All right. All right, we got Two of Cups here. Let's go ahead and get that said. What is better than joining of two souls? This card is about unions and partnerships of all sorts. Upright, looks like someone's going to be sharing their water bowl soon. It could be a new romance or just the realization of balance, harmony, peace, and partnership in other areas. Domestic bliss is in the stars for you. Lap cuddles, treats, and a whole lot of purring. You may even find yourself letting bygones be bygones in a troubled relationship. Okay. It sounds like whatever relationship you had in the romantic sense, that your family is very supportive of you from walking away of it, or of you from walking away from it, is what I should say. It seems like what happened here is that you were living with them and that you moved back in your parents' place or family members once you were like, this isn't working for me. I need to get out of here. So now you're just with family. It seems like you tried this. It didn't work. It's fine. You're here now. You're safe. You're good. You're supported. You're loved. All right. Let's get going on. What ancestral wound runs in my family? We've got Four of Wands. What does this say? I know what Four of Wands is, and this is usually a very good card. So, this could be talking about marriage. Maybe that's what it's talking about. It is said that this is one of the happiest cards in the minor arcana, and the key lies in sharing the pleasure and rejoicing in beauty together. Upright. What's not to love? A wide lawn to sprawl on, bountiful sprays of catnip. Everything is calm and stable. A veritable wealth amount of joy. Celebration has sprung up around you. So make time to enjoy the rewards together with your loved ones. Not really seeing anything problematic with your family, to be honest. It seems really supportive. Let me go ahead and look deeper into this. Let's go with that third question. How did my upbringing affect my childhood? Hmm. This is this swords? This is cups. This has to be swords, so it's in reverse. Four of swords in reverse. Oh, I'm seeing something. Okay. Let me check it up. Look right now. There we go. That's wands. That's cups. This has to be swords because I think pentacles is something different. Okay. Yeah, this is swords. We've got four of swords in reverse. Let's see. Four of swords. The mind finds access to deeper levels during periods of rest. And in reversed, it was saying not all downtime is good downtime. It may be that you're stuck or feeling burnt out, following a misuse of resources and energy. Paralysis is not the same as exhaustion. Stillness sometimes means fear rather than rest. Focus on self-care. Recovery is low, but it's coming. It seems like what happened when you were growing up is that you didn't really get much rest. You weren't really given time to recover. But it seems presently things are okay and that you are given what you need and things should be fine. Growing up, it was really hard for you because you were always going and you never had a chance to recuperate. But right now it seems like things are going better. So let's go ahead and see for the fourth question. How does my upbringing currently affect me today? Here we go. Justice in reverse. Let's go ahead and read in the Cat Tarot, but I think I have an idea of what's currently going on. Justice in reverse. So we've got that would be 11. Just because the hand feeds you doesn't mean it doesn't deserve an occasional nip. Reversed. The Justice card is a reminder that karma applies to you too. You will lie in the bed you make. Plan your catnap accordingly. Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. You weren't given this energy to rest growing up, and so it was something that you thought was natural, something that you thought, well, this is life, so I just am not allowed to rest. And the minute you took a moment for yourself, people were like, what are you doing? And you were like, I know. And so for me, this feels like you not being able to rest growing up gave you the wrong sense of what things were like. And this is not your fault by any means. This is just what happened. So, this could also be an indicator to the not karmic, this is, let me see, was the ancestral wound that runs in your family is perhaps maybe you saw your mom and your grandma always running around, or you saw just like people that were married figures in your life when you were growing up. You saw them always being busy, always doing this and that and the other, never having time for themselves, always like giving themselves to things that maybe didn't serve them. I mean, maybe marriage was the safe haven. Maybe marriage caused them to have that. I don't know. But it's seeming like a lot of the wounds in your family revolve around marriage. A lot of the wounds in your family, even though if they've healed, that you still feel the effects to them today. And you're still working on that within yourself. Is that you're not given time to rest as a kid. Maybe you saw this going on with your parents. Maybe you saw this going on with your grandparents or aunts and uncles or something. And because of that, it has affected you in a way that you don't see rest as something that is a necessity when it actually is. And so I would say to turn this upright, you would have to turn that upright as well. And I mean, going back to this one, it seems like you already have. It really does seem like you already have done this. And this is just talking about how it's affected you up to this point where you have just currently changed it. All right. How can I heal this generational trauma passed on to me? And we've got 8 of Wands reversed. Didn't we get 8 of Wands reversed in here too somewhere? I feel like we did. Was it with Self? Let's go back and check. 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 9 of Wands. Okay. We got 8 of Wands in reverse, which is kind of similar to 9 of Wands, but it's also kind of like, it's like before and after. 8 of Wands is like, we're coming for you. And 9 of Wands is like, no, you're not. So let's go for that. 8 of Wands. 4 of Wands. 9 of Wands. 8 of Wands. And it's reversed, so let's go ahead and read this. Stay on your toes. Life's about to speed up in the best way. Too many fun distractions. Which way to look? What to play with first? And then we got it in reverse, and we're talking about how to heal the generational trauma. It appears those dreams of change of scenery and a new adventure will have to go on the back burner. Consider slowing down, lazing around, languorously licking your nether regions. It happens, no judgment. That's pretty clear and concise. It is pretty much point blank here. Right now, things are okay with your family. Things were healed. There's still some stuff that affects you because you weren't allowed to rest as a kid and you thought this was normal growing up. It affected your relationships. You had to walk away from them. And now you are learning to rest. You are learning to take care of yourself, and you are learning to fill your own cup. And this is a very important lesson in life. And I am, honestly, congratulations. I know a lot of people, whenever they're like, oh, I had to walk away from this relationship, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. No, congratulations. You are taking care of yourself. You are doing great. This is important for you. This is very, very, very important. I am proud of you. If no one has said it to you today, I am proud of you. You deserve to rest. You need to take a break. You've done a lot. All right. And that was with your family. Now, we're going to get to my favorite deck. Just kidding. I don't have favorites, but I do like Homestuck. So we're going to do a Homestuck deck. I want to give a little shuffle for fun. I didn't do the shuffle with the other ones, but this one felt like it needed shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and check my time really quick. Personal relationships with friends. We're still recording. 45:05. Let's go. If anyone wants to look that up, it's an angel number that may or may not confirm or deny anything for you. All right. Personal relationships with friends. What patterns are surfacing themselves with friends? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. A message? Message? Lack of patience? You're waiting on something. I think you're waiting on a friend to reach out to you, it seems. You're waiting on a friend to reach out to you. Maybe you're getting a little impatient about it. Trying to think about what else this could mean. Page of Pentacles. Friends. This also could also have to do with childhood and upbringing. And it would make sense if you weren't allowed to rest. This is probably something you saw as normal growing up, and so maybe you don't know how to let other people rest as well. Maybe your friends don't know how to let you rest because they've grown up seeing you just go, 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 and they're just like, this is who she is, you know? This is who they are, I should say. I shouldn't assume pronouns right now. But anyways, let's go. Let's continue. And what? Oh, wait, here we go. How is my past influencing my relationships with friends? 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. That's really interesting. 6 of Wands. Let's look into the... We've got all kinds of people here. We got Jake, Dirk, Roxy, and Jane. We all... Well, if you don't know Homestuck, these guys have really complicated relationships with each other. Like lots of love triangles, lots of who said what kind of deal. Everyone's kind of just like, they're all kind of looking away from each other as well. Let's see what we got going on here. How is my past influencing relationships with friends? Seemingly, what do we got going on here? Six of Wands. Let's think about Six of Wands first. I think Six of Wands is one of those things where it's like thinking of Seven or Six of Wands. Trying to remember. This doesn't, like, when I'm thinking of Six of Wands, it feels victorious or almost like a fight is about to happen. And this doesn't feel victorious, but it doesn't also necessarily feel like a fight's about to happen either. This feels like friends drifting apart. For me, I look at the imagery and it feels like they're not on the same page. They're not trying to look at each other. They're not even trying to communicate with each other. They're just kind of like looking in general directions, like, what are they going to do next? What am I going to have to deal with next? How are your past influencing relationships with friends now? Something happened with your friends too, it seems. Something happened with the friends too. You're waiting on someone to reach out to you, but no one's really doing anything. We're all at an impasse, it seems. Let's get some more information. What unhealthy friendships am I unlearning? Ace of Wands in reverse. Look at this upright really quick. Very pretty. I love the art on this. Ace of Wands is about agency. Ace of Wands is about the beginning and learning and the gift of agency. Oh. Oh. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Pentacles is about stability, being able to rely on people and financial matters. Something happened. You're trying to rely on someone. You're waiting to be able to rely on someone. Everyone's at an impasse. You're learning how to find your agency again. You're learning, you lost some agency with your friends. Just trying to maintain those friendships, you lost yourself a little bit, it seems. What went wrong in past friendships? Nine of Wands in reverse. You had Nine of Wands again. Oh, something tells me that this romantic relationship was involved with a friend group. Let me go back to here. Yeah, you had Nine of Wands in reverse here too, it seems. Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse. What did you else have here? No, all of these are their own cards right now, but Nine of Wands showed up twice for you. I want you to remember that. The Nine of Wands in reverse. This has to do with, this is the thing that was happening with yourself. I think you walked away from a romantic partner and your friends had something to say about it. And then you had to walk away from your friends too. That's really hard. That's really hard. Man. So, okay. What went wrong in past friendships is that you walked away from a relationship and they got a big head about that relationship that you needed to walk away from. And it hurt their egos. It hurt their feelings. Their feelings were hurt that you walked away from this relationship. And they tried to make a big stink about it, it seems. And you had lost your agency for a very long time. Did your friend set you up with someone that wasn't good for you? Damn. Okay, let's continue. How to make new connections with friends. Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. We got a good card going on here. Almost everything was in reverse, and this kind of looked like the only thing that was upright was kind of like, I don't know, man. Anyways, let's go ahead and figure this out. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like financial stability in the terms of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles talks about familial inheritance. You might meet friends through your family. Because, from what I was looking at here, by no means is your family perfect. But things are better. Things look better. Yeah, you weren't allowed to rest, and that's how you grew up. And you still have stuff to fix within yourself about it. But I think your family really recognizes that now. And they're allowing you the space to be able to rest. I would say if your family's going out somewhere and they invite you, like if they're going out with friends and they invite you, you should tag along and see how it goes. Because you might meet someone that's a friend. You might make a new friend. Then it also has the diamond here, which in Homestuck signifies more allegiance. I also have more allegiance here as well, but it also seems like, for those who don't know, that's like best friends. It's a best friend quadrant. Hmm. Oh. And this, that's a different quadrant in and of itself, and to think about it is very interesting. What was that one called again? Trying to remember what that one was called. We got more allegiance over here, and you've got these quadrants over here. Yes, I'm into that shipping quadrant stuff. It's very fun for me. I am not sorry. Anyways, what was it called again? I'm trying to remember. It's been such a long time. Give me one moment to think about it. Sometimes I just need to think about words. There was Mitzvah, Kismissitude, Moral Allegiance, and anyways, maybe this has something to do with the relationship you entered, but like with this quadrant, it's usually about a third party trying to get in between two romantic partners. And it's usually meant for the Kismessitude, which is like not the best kind of relationship in terms of like whatever. It's mostly based on like detestment and not really liking the person but still being attracted to them, which is weird, but it's okay. I get it. There are people out there like that. That's their thing. Bless and move on. Not for me, but bless and move on. It seems like they knew that this relationship wasn't good for you. They were trying to warn you, and you needed to make a decision for yourself. You made that decision, and it caused a falling out. Maybe that's what happened. Something happened here where your friends were like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And you decided to go for it anyway, and it caused you a lot of harm. Like, not only did it cause you harm, it caused your friends harm. Whatever it was, whether it was like they set you up and you didn't like it and that hurt their feelings, or they were trying to tell you not to do it and you did it anyway and that hurt their feelings, and you're waiting on something. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here, but moving forward, let's see if we can make new friends. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. I do not know. That is not being revealed to me right now in this area. But this is showing me that you have an opportunity to make new friends. You have it in you. Whenever you are ready, whenever you are done resting, you have the opportunity to make friends when you are ready. Career and finances. Here we go with Grunge Tarot. I love this deck so much. Oh, by the way, I didn't have a key for this, so I was just doing it with what I knew. I didn't have a book to read from. So that was just me. Anyways, career and finances, Grunge Tarot. Let's start with how has my past influenced my career path? Four of Cups. Ooh. You have a lot of opportunities, but you are pleased with none of them. You probably were doing something again to please others, and because now you're trying to find your own self, that these opportunities that you've worked so hard for, you're like, none of these actually really serve me. I need to think about this for a minute. Okay, so then lessons in finance you are learning. Eight of Wands. Hey, we had Eight of Wands. How many times now? Eight of Wands. We have nine of no, we have Eight of Wands over here. We have Eight of Wands over here, but it's in reverse. Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands. So it seems like in your family life you are resting. And in your career path, you are actually trying to get going. You're trying to start something. Seems like in your finances, you're trying to get something going. You want something to happen. You're not pleased with what you have here, so you're trying to like start a new path. You're going on an adventure here. Wands about fire. You got Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. All of those are very adventurous signs. So I say you're unpleased with where you are in your current situation, so you're going on an adventure. Okay, you're going on an adventure, you're starting something new. You're learning how to be motivated. You're learning how to self start. Lessons in finance, you still need to learn. King of Cups, reverse. Let's think. Oh, we should be looking up the little guys for these. Give me a moment. All right, all right, all right. We got Four of Cups. Let's go for Four of Cups really quick. I want to read. Three Cups, Four of Cups. The girl depicted on the Four of Cups isn't able to accept anything that is offered to her. It appears that she finds nothing to her liking. She is bored, irritated, dissatisfied. She reflects those moments of existential restlessness in which we don't know where we want to be, when we don't feel comfortable in any situation despite the efforts of others. Or we can interpret in a different way that she is waiting for the right opportunity. She wants to be able to decide for herself what is best for her and refusing to be satisfied with what is at hand. To avoid this minor arcana card, meaning regret, disappointment, before choosing the cards, it is necessary to meditate on our situation, the context, and who we are. Upright, deciding for yourself, meditation, and contemplation. So right now, it's upright. That's what we're going to focus on. It seems like your past, you're not really interested in what your past has brought to you presently when it comes to career. So you're waiting for the right opportunity. Perhaps you know that there's something you've been working for. You have been waiting very patiently for it. And even though you have all these beautiful offers, they're not what you want, and you are okay to say, no, this isn't what I want. I am waiting for what I want. Eight of Wands. Lessons in finance you are learning. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Flying notes create music that connects populations with or without words. Thanks to the liberating and vital power of sound, sometimes music is a shelter and a refuge, a place where you can regain strength and find new energy to face everyday life. The notes depicted in the Eight of Wands perhaps come with the headphones or someone walking, or from a musician's instrument, or from an old record spinning on a turntable. The music generates ideas, the kind that can literally change our day if we seize them as they flow through the air. The Minor Arcana card represents the ability to seize opportunities that present themselves in the best possible way. Where are the next notes on the staff? Upright. Good news, seizing the moment, creative spark. What you're learning in finance is that you're going to do what makes you happy. You're going to do what makes you feel alive. There is this quote. I can't remember from which philosopher it was, but it was from one of those ancient Greek Stoic philosophers. So every day you wake up, you are waking up to work. You're waking up to the work of what a human does. And that this in and of itself is such a blessing, is what he's trying to get at, is that there's no reason to be upset with where you are. And I think you're starting to realize that even though there are things that displease you about your career, that there are things that you can do about it. There's, if you don't like your job, that's fine. Find another one. If you don't like how things are with your work, that's okay. You can find creative ways to make it work. Now let's go with King of Cups in reverse. Lessons in finance I still need to learn. King of Cups. Let's read it. What do we need a kingdom for if we don't reside in the soul of the person we love? The King of Cups is supposed to govern the most ungovernable of subjects, feelings. He does it in the only way possible, by not imposing himself, by exploring the emotional life, as in Chris Cornell's Call Me a Dog. The King of Cups doesn't need a luxurious clothes. He can make himself humble, wild, a tramp. He doesn't have to satisfy the requests of those he loves, because instead of doing what the other person wants, he tries to do what is best for them. He is not driven by feelings, he protects them. And, oh, okay, I'm understanding. And now in reverse, when it's reversed, it's manipulation, repressed feelings, states of anxiety. I think something you are overcoming or you are going to learn to overcome in the future. And I see this a lot because I see a lot of people doing like doom shopping. Like, the world sucks. Everything is having a hard time being okay. And a lot of people cope with it by excessive shopping. Maybe this is you, maybe this isn't. Lessons in finance that you still need to learn is that even though things suck, even though it looks like the world's about to end every day, we keep waking up to a new day. And the only thing we can do is save for tomorrow. As long as we can do that, we are going to be able to manifest a better future. The money is energy. Holding on to that money is holding on to that energy. So let's think about this for a minute. What lessons in finance do you still need to learn? It's okay to live humbly. You don't need to have extravagant things to have a good life. I don't know if you live in America or if you live anywhere else, but in America, it is very hard to live humbly because you are constantly bombarded with, what is the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Something that has to do with late stage capitalism. Because there's lots of things where people are just trying to convince you to buy and buy and buy things you don't need, things that harm you, things that are going to bring out the worst in you, things that, you know, and it's like, it's important to buy things, but you need to be buying the right things. And it's also important, and I understand in this day and age, it is a luxury to even be able to save. But you got to start somewhere, even if it's 1 penny a day. Just save little by little, even if it doesn't add up to much. It can help you in the long run. Even if it doesn't add up right now, it will help you whenever you do get enough. And I manifest that for everyone. I manifest that everything is going to be okay for everyone. I manifest that even if it doesn't happen right now, that people are going to be able to save. Everyone. Everyone should be able to do this. Not saying that they should right now, that you need to do this. No. I'm saying I am manifesting a situation where you are abundant enough to be able to save. And that it is very important so that you can, what's the word? Secure the future. This is King of Cups and it's based on emotions. And there's a lot of things to be upset about. And that's understandable. But at the same time, if we let, and this is another Stoic teaching, if we let our emotions become our master, we won't be able to do the things we want to with our lives. We need to master our own emotions so that we are in control of our destiny. If we can control our emotions, we can control what we do with ourselves. There is always going to be things that happen to us that make us upset or happy. It is within our own power. It is within our own agency that we can be able to say, no, this does not please me. I will wait for the right thing. And that is okay. That is perfectly fine. So, okay. That is the finance lesson that we still need to learn, is to not make decisions, financial decisions based on emotions. All right. How to improve financial situation. The sun reversed. So this is going to be an advice on how to turn it up. Let's go here. Let's check it out. Ooh. Have you had major arcana cards show up in every deck? Yeah, we had Justice here. Okay. Not here. I think everything but in Friends. So it seems like there's a lot of spiritual connection between self, romantic relationships, and family, and in career now. I haven't seen anything show up for Friends in that terms of spiritualness, but that doesn't mean it won't. XIX, so it'll probably be right here. 19, the sun. All right, the sun card. Everything is enveloped in an overall sense of well-being. It is a much loved and reassuring major arcana card. It promises success, happiness, pure faith of a child, and inspires gratitude in us, illuminating the simplicity of everyday life with its rays. Yet its absolute presence can be a nuisance, forcefully exposing us to something we don't feel ready for. To understand the benefits of the sun card, it might be necessary to start by reading it in the reversed position. What happens if the star becomes a black hole, which we can only see if the light escapes? Chris Cornell's Black Hole Sun. That's two Chris Cornell references. I do like that song though. It's a song in which the symbol of the sun casts a light on discomfort. The sun is a symbol of youthful enthusiasm. It is also as hot as hell. After all, not everything splendors in our youth. We can't get too close to the sun just as we can't live too far away from it. We must think of it as a gift that we are not always able to appreciate. Sometimes it shines intensely because we feel distant from it, oppressed by a malaise that we may or may not be able to describe. If you can't rejoice, says the sun, at least remember what it was like when you did. Stand in the shade and open your eyes slowly. No one ever wanders too far from the child they once were. In reversed, it says unhappiness, lack of or excess, enthusiasm, and pessimism. Yeah. All right. So, this is the fourth card. How to improve your financial situation. How to improve your financial situation. I think this has to go with the King of Cups, is that you've got this figured out. You're waiting for your right opportunity and you're taking agency in your own happiness. At the same time, I feel like once you figured out how to control how you see money, once you figure out how to control how you feel about it, because like it or not, money is a tool that we use in society to get things that we need/want. To think that money is evil will only reiterate in yourself that the evil people will have all the money. Money is not evil. It is not good. It is a tool. Good people use it. Evil people use it. We are allowed to do that. That is just a right we have as people. People who use money, it is a tool. Once you are able to understand that this is a tool to help you in life, I think you are going to be able to understand that it brings happiness if you use it correctly. I think this is very much the situation. And that's how you can improve a financial situation. Now, for that last question, let's go for it. How can we improve work? Five of Pentacles. Okay, let's hear it out. I'm not understanding, but we will understand in a minute. Here we go. The two men on the Five of Pentacles are wandering aimlessly. It's winter and it's cold. Perhaps they will find food and a bed and a shelter. Asking for help, even when we find ourselves in extreme difficulty, can be very hard. We can't find the right words. We don't know who to turn to, or perhaps in the past, doors have been closed in our face, or someone has insulted us. Although this card represents the material aspect of misery, it affects every area of our life. Sometimes what is really missing in our life isn't so much our lack of trust in others or physical well-being, but our ability to forgive ourselves for our weaknesses and moments of discomfort. We are fragile like everyone else. And this is upright. So we're saying asking for help, finding hospitality, and forgiving yourself. That is really beautiful. Okay, I understand a little more now. How can you improve your work? It seems like you're holding on to mistakes you've made in your career. I want you to be able to say, I forgive myself for those things, and I don't need anyone else's forgiveness for those things. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are a person. You are human. This is things people do. People make mistakes. People make wrong judgments. People overreact. We underreact. Like Taylor Swift said, there are going to be moments in life where you overreact, you underreact, you trust the wrong people, you don't trust the right people. Like, there are just going to be times where you make mistakes. You need to forgive yourself for those. Those things are going to be learning moments. You don't need to condemn yourself because something happened that didn't go the way you planned. You can still do it. You may need to ask for help. You may need to forgive yourself for some mistakes you made. You can use those mistakes as lessons. They don't have to be condemning factors in your life. You can just be like, this went wrong here. This is how we improve. It is very important to understand that. And I feel like you've started doing it because it's upright. You're not trying to beat yourself up. And if you are, this is telling you, don't do that. Don't do that. You are allowed to take a moment, pause and reflect, figure out what went wrong, how can you improve. If you can't figure it out, talk to your coworker, talk to someone who can help you, because this can be fixed. And I'm sure once you stop beating yourself up, if you've already done it, great, I'm proud of you. Let's figure this out next. And I'm sure if you haven't, once you stop beating yourself up, you're going to be able to flip that up pretty easy. And then that's going to flip up too. Nice. All right. Well, pile one, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. Thank you so much for everything. It was really nice to take a look into your life. I hope any of this advice I gave you resonates and helps you in your journey moving forward. Bless, super bless, even. Thank you. Let's go to pile two now.